This week on TechRap, new Blackberry is to be launched January 30th. Are better things ahead for the troubled smartphone? We look into the future of Facebook and Twitter as seen from recent updates to their mobile apps. And the battle between Israel and Palestine goes online.
Hi, I'm Michael Josh, and this is TechRap. Google's Nexus 4 goes on sale in the United States and Europe and sells out an hour after launch.
The Nexus 4 was launched via a web announcement 2 weeks ago, and according to various posts on the internet, stocks ran out both at the Google Play online store and physical stores across Europe and the US. Google, on its Google Plus account, confirms this. The Nexus 4 is the latest model in Google's flagship line of Android devices. The phone sports a 4.7-inch Gorilla Glass display, an 8-megapixel camera, and a quad-core Snapdragon processor. Smart Telecom will be bringing the Nexus 4 to the Philippines. Smart representatives tell TechRap it will be available as early as the last week of November.
Apple, Google, and Microsoft are all done releasing updates to their smartphone operating systems and new devices to run them. But don't count Blackberry out just yet.
Research in motion, which makes Blackberry sends invites out this week for an event next January, and is promising to unveil 2 new phones and its new Blackberry 10 OS. One phone will resemble the minimalist glass screen designs seen on today's high-end smartphones, while another will come with the QWERTY keyboard that Blackberry users love so much. The popular work phone introduces a new feature called Blackberry Balance, which allows your company's IT guy, if the need be, to wipe your company data while keeping your personal data intact. Other interesting new features include time shift for its cameras, which takes successive photos and allows you to go forward or backward in time to get the right frame, useful when your subject's eyes are closed in a photo. Blackberry Flow, a contextual menu that gives you access to the most frequently used tools. And Blackberry Hub, a completely redesigned inbox that is accessible all the time with a single gesture.
Deja vu, anyone? Less than a month after Apple announces the departure of the man behind iOS, Scott Forstall, Microsoft also announces management changes.
Leaving the company is Windows Division Head Steven Sinofsky, the second most important man in Microsoft after CEO Steve Ballmer. In an email to Microsoft employees, Sinofsky says his decision to leave was a, quote, personal and private choice. But the New York Times and the Economic Times articles say it is more in line with Ballmer's vision to seamlessly integrate Microsoft products across all platforms and devices. Like Forstall, Sinofsky is said to be abrasive and divisive.
Facebook and Twitter both updated their mobile apps this week, highlighting the importance of viewing and sharing content and giving users a glimpse into the future of both social networks. Facebook updates for its iOS and Android apps now make it possible for you to share content from your newsfeed to your timeline, something that only used to be possible online. Twitter is going one step further, rolling out a new share via email feature for users of its website. That feature has yet to make its way to its mobile app, where this week, updates focus on its Discover section that gives you tweets that it believes are tailored just for you. These tweets make use of a new feature called Twitter Cards that show previews of links, photos, and videos, making it easier to see what exactly is being shared. Search has also been updated. When you search on Twitter, a stream of related photos are placed on top of the search results. The experience is much more visual, suggesting the direction Twitter will be taking in the near future. Don't be surprised if soon your Twitter stream is much more media-rich. In a previous update, Facebook added the option to add Instagram-type effects to photos. The New York Times says Twitter is also working on a similar feature that it plans to roll out in the coming months.
Mundane life updates, pictures of food, outfits of the day. That's what you usually see on your Twitter feed, right? Turns out, Twitter plays a big role in both war and peace. This week on Twitter, the Israeli Defense Force, or IDF, announces Operation Pillar of Defense, Israel's biggest military campaign against Gaza in nearly 4 years. The IDF even assigns a unique hashtag to the operation, #Pillar of Defense. After that first tweet was sent out, something both odd and fascinating happened. Hamas replies via Twitter through the official account of the Al-Qassam Brigades, the Hamas military wing. We are now seeing both sides in a conflict give real-time updates through social media. At least 19 Palestinians died as a result of the airstrikes. Through Twitter, Hamas gives updates on the attack in Gaza, including graphic photos of injuries and deaths. The online war between the two sides catches the attention of tech media. PopSci, in particular, finds the IDF account, run by the organization's spokespersons, to be, quote, a very well-run Twitter campaign. John Mitchell of ReadWrite.com notes, quote, whether you thought the offensive was right or wrong, you had to admit the propaganda's effectiveness. But wait, that's not all the IDF is up to. Visit the IDF blog for the first time, and you'll see a welcome message calling you private and welcoming you on board. According to the blog, IDF promotes you for your activities around IDF-related material. That's right. Comment, like, share, or just look at a post, and you'll earn points and, quote, help spread the truth about the Israeli army all over the world. Mitchell calls the point system in IDF rank as, quote, atrocious gamification badges, and says this is gamification of war. The IDF says the game does not mean to gamify Operation Pillar of Defense or any military action during the operation. Mitchell, livid over IDF ranks, says it, quote, makes him sick. What do you think of IDF ranks and Al-Qassam Brigade's use of social media? Let me know on Twitter using the hashtag TechRap.
And that was TechRap. For news and updates, don't forget to follow Rappler.com on Twitter and Facebook. And if you have any tech questions or suggestions about what you'd like featured on the show, send me a message on Twitter using the hashtag TechRap. That's all for this week, folks. Thanks for dropping by.